Good evening and welcome to the Sports Cut. I'm Simon Williams.
And I'm Sarah Detweiler. Thank you for joining us.
Our first story of the day comes from the NBA. And despite this being the tip-off for the league's preseason slate, the biggest news is barely about basketball. Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey has come under fire for a tweet that lauded the efforts of pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong, so much so that his job might be in jeopardy. On Tuesday, Morey tweeted and then rapidly deleted a graphic with the words "Fight for freedom, fight for Hong Kong," which has been a tagline synonymous with pro-democracy protesters there and abroad. The tweet's swift removal and onslaught of statements from team and league officials turned what seemed like a benign showing of solidarity to a moment where sports became geopolitical controversy. The situation, which has gripped the globe's attention since the late spring, surrounds a bill proposed by Chief Executive Carrie Lam, which would extradite criminal suspects in the sovereign nation of Hong Kong to mainland China. Protesters feel that this could lead to greater deterioration of their civil liberties and a submission to the communist Chinese government. China demanded that Morey's tweet be redacted, but there might be more pressure on the GM from within his own circles. Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta went so far as to publicly rebuke Morey in the Houston Chronicle. The NBA posted bilingual statements saying they were disappointed in Morey's inappropriate tweet. League Commissioner Adam Silver has since added publicly to the NBA's formal statement that he and the league supports Morey's individual rights to expression, but wishes his actions had not upset so many Chinese fans. The explosive response from the league has called to mind a notion of hypocrisy from the likes of Jamel Hill and Clay Travis, two figures who position themselves on stark contrasts of the sports media landscape. For a league widely seen as the most progressive and host to some of the world's most socially conscious individuals, condemning Morey for pro-democracy comments stands starkly against previous positions the league has taken on social justice issues like LGBTQ+ rights and police brutality. With this all going on, it's hard to ignore the poignancy. Just last night, the Philadelphia 76ers defeated the Shenzhou Long Lions 144-86 in the third and final preseason game between NBA and CBA teams. Later this year, though, the Nets and Los Angeles Lakers will play 2 regular season games in Shenzhen on China's mainland.
Well, I mean, it just should be interesting, like you said, that this preseason just started and it seems like a little bit of a rocky start for the Rockets, for the franchise as a whole, honestly.
Yeah, and for the Rockets being arguably one of the most popular franchises in Asia after having drafted Yao Ming in 2002, right. China's most famous basketball player, it seems like this will certainly carry specifically with the team, if not the larger league.
Yeah, absolutely.
This past weekend, the Arizona Coyotes opened up their 2019 homestand. For more on the story, we go to our reporter, Connor McGill. The 49ers were on fire this week, thanks in part because of another player record. 2 minutes into the game, on the team's first offensive drive, Niners running back Matt Breida shredded the Browns' defense on an 83-yard score where he hit a top speed of 22.3 miles per hour. According to the NFL's next-gen stats, Breida's speed is the fastest reached by a ball carrier on any play in the last 2 years.
Gronkowski will make his debut Thursday night on the Fox Sports pregame show as the Patriots take on the New York Giants in New England.
It's got to be pretty interesting for Patriots fans. Just recently, winning a Super Bowl, having a key component of that team now be on the commentary for their team's biggest game against the upstart Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. What do you think it's going to be like for Gronk in the booth after just having played so recently?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's been a very recent. I mean, people have been speculating whether or not he will be joining the league again. It's still up in the air, and I think, especially opening with the Patriots playing New York, I just think it should be interesting to see if he actually misses the sport enough to want to go back. I mean, it's been done before, so I think, maybe why not? Yeah,
Jason Witten just returned to play for the Cowboys after a color commentary role on television at the same position, tight end. So we'll have to see if that keeps up with Gronk as well.
Should be interesting to see as well, yes.
We go to Tampa Bay, where Game 4 of the ALDS between the Rays and Astros is underway. Rays left fielder Austin Meadows is up to bat in the bottom of the 8th, and on a 2-2 count fouls a seemingly meaningless ball to right field.
When the ball was hit, the Buccaneers tight end O.J. Howard grabs it out of the air barehanded to make a great catch. Wearing a Tampa Bay hat, he celebrates with the crowd to have caught a ball from the winning team.
He had as many catches in Tampa Bay at the baseball game that he did for the Buccaneers this past week in New Orleans.
Well, why not start his career off like that then this season?